this is RV Vagabond Jerry. I'm staying a couple days here in the little town of Rugby, North Dakota. And one thing they have here to see is the Prairie Village Museum, which has a lot of really old buildings, and they are completely furnished with all of the original equipment. So I'm going to go around and show you most of what they have here. So if you're coming through this area, you might want to stop and go through it as well. So let's take a look. They have a few rooms of displays in the main building there, most of which are the kind of things I've seen many times before. But the Pioneer Village here, all of these buildings, is really what you come to see. First is the Great Northern Depot from 1886, and in front of that is a caboose that was built in 1911. And you can walk through the caboose here. Beds and a stove and a sink. That's about all these caboose employees had. They sat up here to look out the windows and the back gate. That's about all that's in a caboose. You can also go into the depot, the ticket window, and the waiting area here. And in the next side room, you've got some models. Dining table. Ooh, look how that has really worn down. And they've got some freight loaded to get ready to put on the train. Now, I don't think this is part of the railway. It does have wheels, and it is the cook car. And inside is a long table set waiting for lunch to be served. This is a dress shop, and this is the contracted Rugby creamery station. Inside is their creamery making equipment. Not sure just what kind of cream it is. It's in the same building as the harness shop. Next to that is the blacksmith. A lot of old equipment here. Wow, it looks like you're just stepping back in time and seeing this original equipment. In case you want to know how sausage is made, you probably don't. Here's where they mix the sausage. And wow, look at that tool collection. Man. Next is the jail, which only has 2 cells in it. And then the Liberty Stable from 1892. No horses in the livery. And something is upstairs. Here is the proprietor's living quarters. There's a windmill. And here is, it says summer kitchen. I don't know what that is, but man, looks like this wood could easily burn down. With all this wood, the cooks had to be very careful. There's a huge courtyard here with a really nice gazebo. And some more buildings here. This is somebody's house. Got a piano, stove for heating the room, sewing machine, and spinning wheel. Next to that is somebody else's house and a church. Really nice, pretty good sized church. Next to the church is a one-room schoolhouse. I wonder how many different levels the students would be at in a one-room schoolhouse. Probably the only one in town. Wow, look at that huge stove. Then a log cabin from 1885. And it has a double bed with springs. Comfy. Well, I guess later they built this new school, which is pretty big. In fact, right in front is a model of the school. And here is a model of Silva, North Dakota. Somebody made a little model of the town. At least this one has several different rooms on 2 floors. And this room they've turned into a museum with a lot of stuff on the walls and a huge map here. And they got them a few sports trophies. Yeah, a lot of them here. This is the 2nd floor. 2 big classrooms, although they're completely unfurnished. I didn't see any restrooms in there, so I guess they must have had outhouses. And this is a big building with some indoor displays, printing equipment, radio and television department, and a nice collection of old telephones, and a fairly modern phone booth, movie projector, cameras, a beauty shop and barber shop, undertakers and embalmers, and this looks like some kind of medical equipment, drugstore, old popcorn machine. That's real popcorn. Soda fountain, and School of Nursing. They lost their U. This guy is well taken care of. Dental clinic, and I guess this is a birthing office. They're weighing a new baby. And here we have an iron lung and other medical equipment. And then some model trains. Back out into the courtyard, there's a general store here. It's like 20 departments all in one. Sort of like a pre-Walmart idea. And here's the bank. Next to that is the telephone company office, attorney at law offices, and let's see what this is. Well, I'm guessing some drunken character from the saloon there couldn't walk straight. It bumped into that big window. It's a really small saloon. They got pianos, a card table, and I wonder what goes on upstairs. And next to the saloon is a community center, especially for Germans from Russia. Huh, how about that? Got a few things out in the courtyard here. Oh, and look at this big globe. This looks like maybe a big wrecking ball. There's North and South America. Huh. And here's a building with cars and trucks. 62 Lincoln, 57 Mercury. Got some old pickup trucks here. 65 Lincoln Continental, 1960 Edsel Ranger. I haven't heard of that version of an Edsel. A 49 Fraser. Got a license plate collection. A 51 Pontiac 8. A 1919 Chrysler Windstar. No, that's 1949. 1951 Allen Ryder. These two don't say. They got a pretty good car collection here. And this building has farm machinery. Looks like green and red is the popular colors. A little bit of yellow. I don't know what this means. You sit on there. It's a John Deere, some kind of columbine or a binder, whatever that is. Big tractor collection they have here. Alice Chalmers from 1941. Guess what this thing is? You see that bar class type thing and this hook? It is the world's largest metal belt buckle. That's what it says here. This is a Timberlock box. Whatever that is, I don't have a clue. We're hauling something. There's a lot of manual equipment. Wonder what that is doing in North Dakota. Well, there's two more buildings here to look at. This one is antique cars. And there is a specific, well, not so specific actually, definition of the difference between an antique car and a classic car. I did some research a while back to try and find out the difference between antique and classic, and I got a few opinions. And in my opinion, the difference, the dividing line between antique and classic is the year 1950. Before that is antique. Newer models are classic. That's my personal observation from all of the car museums I've been to. Now this next building is just more farming equipment. I am just simply going to give you a 360. I'm not going to go up and down the line and look at them all. There's just so many. This video may be getting a little long. Oh, this is a huge piece of equipment there. And believe it or not, that thing, whatever it is, has this belt that connects it to this, which I think is the power generator, creating the belting power for whatever function this device does. Well, folks, I've shown you all the buildings. I've seen quite a few of these type of museums around the country, and surprisingly, a lot of them, maybe most of them, are in small towns around the country, just like this. It's right in Rugby on the main highway, so if you're coming through here, definitely stop and take a look. Good day, folks.